Hey, so I'm wondering if you have any examples locally of resentment kind of lasting beyond women getting the right to vote at the polls?
I am not good on local history. I am not from Pennsylvania. I will point out, however, that I did not mention this, one of the strongest oppositions to women's suffrage came from brewers, because the prohibition of alcohol, the WCTU, the Women's Christian Temperance Union, was a big supporter of women's suffrage. And the Daily Item last week had a list of the local breweries, which was enormous. I went down the whole side of the page, and I would bet significant money that every single one of those breweries was opposing women getting the right to vote. Now, I do know there was a local chapter of the WCTU in Lewisburg, but no, I really can't talk about. Yeah, Nancy.
Wait, one comment. A big local opponent here was Benjamin Fogt, who was a member of Congress, and he claims he's the father of Social Security too. But anyway, he declared that women didn't want the right to vote, and so he was adamantly opposed. And there was an editor in Mifflinburg named SCHOCK who was pro-suffrage, and they carried on a long debate, so you could probably find it online. And after women got the vote, they went after Benjamin Fogt, and they managed to get him out of office.
Anybody else?
Yes, Mary.
All right, let me just use my voice.
No, please use the mic.
It's on.
All right, so what is the relationship between the Anti-Saloon League and the suffrage movement circa 1880, 1920?
Carrie Nation is the Anti-Saloon League, and that was prior to the WCTU becoming very active. And the WCTU was the sort of the respectable end of the Anti-Saloon League. The Anti-Saloon League broke up bars and that kind of thing, and the WCTU worked for women's suffrage and had tea parties. Anybody else? All right, let me say one final word. The question, yeah, Eric. No. Matt.
Hi, Mary. Just for the record, the Milton Standard was a dry paper. And I don't know how they felt about women's suffrage, but just for the record, thanks. I would, however, have checked the editor's desk, so.
I did look at what counties supported women's suffrage in Pennsylvania, and the northern tier all supported women's suffrage, and I, again, don't know, but I strongly suspect that that is the result of the action of the Farmers' Grange. The Grange movement was one of the biggest and earliest supporters of women's suffrage, and in Colorado, for example, which you remember was an early state, the Grange was a factor in women getting the right to vote in California.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because the farmers' wives very frequently inherited property or had to run property, and those women felt very strongly that they needed the right to vote, and farmers understood that. So in a number of those western states where women got the right to vote, the Grange was the deciding factor. It was also helpful in Illinois.
please. It won't go too far. You're gonna have to-
Okay, I would like to add something to that range component. This comes from family experience, so this is something that family members, especially women, were subject to having to take care of financial aspects of the farms, and they could not sign checks, could not enter into these arrangements. And this became painfully aware, and I have the letters behind this in the Civil War, that the men were leaving for the front lines, and the women were left with running the farms. The Grange became very aware that farms were going to fail if the women who were left behind did not have the wherewithal or legal means to carry on a financial operation. And that then became aware in 1918, or at the point of, the Spanish-American War and then the World War I, it became critical. And this is from, my own family's experiences in farming.
Anybody else? We're all good?
Mary, thank you for that extraordinary talk. We really appreciate the amount of pull something like this together on short notice. I just want to make another quick reminder to you, and this maybe is a segue from Granges. Many of us know Granges as a polling place here in Pennsylvania. Many of them, not any that I know of in Union County, but in other surrounding counties, Granges continue to be where people go to vote. So the League of Women Voters is very committed to seeing more people get involved in our democratic process. This will translate into an effort, we hope this year, to see more women and men registered to vote. Anyone interested to get involved in this, please see Linda Harris, who is sitting over there. Linda with her arm up. Thank you, Linda. And to our guests today, we really appreciate you showing up. To members, we're always happy to see you. Please continue to bring your friends. Anyone who would like to know more about the League, there is information here, or please make sure you leave us a way that we can stay in touch with you. Thanks for your attendance today. Have a great day.